The world don't run on love.
Forget the idea of mafia brotherhood. In The Sopranos, friendship is the first thing that gets whacked. If The Sopranos was meant to showcase the strength of friendship within organized crime, Johnny Sack quickly proves the thesis false.
Oh, Johnny Sack for you.
What's that prick want? I don't know.
He wasn't Tony Soprano's friend. He was Tony's opportunist. Every smile, every back pat, every drink poured was a calculated investment. Tony, ever the sentimental fool when it suited him, held Johnny in high regard. But the truth?
Johnny Sack told me about this guy in Newport.
Johnny Sack treated New Jersey like a pawn in his chess match for New York. To be fair, one can make the counter-argument. Johnny did appear to consider Tony a friend.
I'm giving you an opportunity to cut a deal.
But in the mafia, friend is simply a euphemism for temporary ally. Priorities will always shift toward business, and when business is the measure of loyalty, friendship doesn't stand a chance. This is why the entire debate folds back into circular logic. Tony and Johnny might have been friends, but only in the way a pair of jackals are companions while feeding on the same carcass. Johnny Sack, of course, wasn't the only case study. The show litters itself with examples to underline the point. Paulie, Christopher, even Silvio to a degree.
Don't make me pull a rank on you, kid.
Each one proves that loyalty is conditional.
Johnny talked to you about me, right?
Respect is transactional.
4 months I'm up there like the man in the Iron Mask.
And affection is rationed until the next betrayal. And yet, some rare exceptions challenge the rule.
When me and you used to look through that crack in that painted door.
Sil and Tony, for instance, maintain something resembling genuine camaraderie. They never betrayed one another, never traded whispers behind each other's backs.
This floor tile shit, misunderstand.
Even when Sil went behind Tony's back with the floor tiles in Season 4, it was ultimately to ease tensions and, in a twisted way, to protect Tony's position.
Yeah, more behind the scenes. Advice.
Sil was the perfect number 2, loyal, shrewd, and unwilling to wear a wire, no matter how deep his private rage ran.
Bumpin' Sorrow.
Pussy, too, was close to Tony until the FBI turned him. Even then, Tony's lingering affection made the betrayal all the more devastating. Compare that with Tony's indifference toward others.
I went to see Sil. Are you being careful?
When Sil lay in a hospital bed, comatose, Tony couldn't bring himself to visit. Was this apathy, or was it shame? Likely both.
Sil's on the canvas now.
Sil's vegetative state wasn't just another casualty of business. It was an omen. It forced Tony to face the truth. Everything he cared for was disintegrating, and the last tangible sign of loyalty was slipping away with Sil's labored breaths.
They're a glorified crew.
Johnny Sack himself, meanwhile, oscillated between respect and contempt. Early on, he defended Tony against Phil, acknowledging him as a boss. He rolled his eyes at Jersey's glorified crew reputation, but still treated Tony as a man of rank. That changed once Johnny claimed the top seat. Power swelled his head, and Tony became less an equal than a subordinate to be managed. Their friendship was always undercut by Johnny's ambition.
We're gonna take out Carmine Darcy.
Whether pressing Tony to whack Carmine, or pulling him into New York squabbles like Rusty's removal, Tony, in turn, played the same cynical game.
Wait, how's the real estate business?
He squeezed Johnny financially during his prison stint, bled him dry over real estate, and conveniently kept Phil in the loop while pretending Johnny had enough on his plate. If this is friendship, it's of the most sociopathic variety. The clearest illustration comes during Johnny's arrest.
FBI, open up!
As agents descended on the Sack home, Tony saw the guns over Johnny's shoulder and bolted without a word. No warning, no loyalty. Just self-preservation in its purest form. Was it cowardice? Or a split-second fear that Johnny himself had orchestrated a setup? Either way, it underscored the reality. When survival was at stake, even the illusion of friendship evaporated.
I was fucking there. Johnny's house. My car's still in the driveway.
Tony later feigned concern to his lawyer, but only about his own exposure. If Johnny took it personally, he would have been a fool not to. The irony is that Johnny himself extended courtesies Tony never reciprocated.
Tony.
You asked me to bury the hatchet, John.
He bent over backward to keep Phil calm after the Tony B debacle, gave Tony passes he didn't deserve, and at least made the effort to settle disputes before the feds caught him.
I gotta sell the idea to Ginny somehow.
Tony repaid these gestures by forcing Johnny to sell his house to Janice, and leaving Ginny humiliated. Compassion had no place in the transaction ledger.
Well, we can't have him here in our social club no more. I mean, that much I do know.
Social.
Bobby Bacalieri, curiously, is the lone figure who flirted with decency. He resisted the bloodlust surrounding Vito's sexuality, suggesting mere expulsion from the club rather than execution. By mob standards, this was practically progressive politics. Woke Bobby, indeed. And yet, even he proved malleable when pressed. His Shinebox comment revealed the need to perform cruelty just to be accepted. Bobby wasn't the saint. He was merely the runt who occasionally hesitated to bite.
You never see a blue comet in that condition.
That hesitation, of course, ended with his death, more concerned with toy trains than survival.
Seeing you again.
Tony's relationship with Johnny Sack can best be described as friendly business associates. They rose together, shared schemes, and leaned on each other's clout. But each would gladly have watched the other lowered into a coffin if it meant an extra revenue stream. This isn't to say there weren't moments of genuine connection.
With the other families as regards you?
Johnny lobbying on Tony's behalf, Tony reluctantly agreeing to handle Rusty. But the ultimate truth is undeniable. Self-interest reigned supreme. By the later seasons, any illusion of loyalty had disintegrated.
Jenny Sack had to move in with her fucking daughter, Tony.
Again with Jenny Sack, huh?
Tony prioritized money over Johnny's well-being during his imprisonment.
John Sacramone, my friend.
Johnny, in turn, let envy and insecurity sour every interaction.
I'm sitting here humbling myself out of friendship to you, John.
Both men proved that in the mob, friendship is just a polite mask worn over a snarling hunger for power and cash. The show makes this point repeatedly.
We agree.
Culminating in Butchie turning on Phil when the war endangered business. Affection is expendable. Revenue streams are not. So were Tony and Johnny ever truly friends?
Look, I appreciate what you did, giving us those names.
Only in the same way Tony was friends with Agent Harris. A mixture of respect, occasional warmth, and the unspoken understanding that betrayal was inevitable. They weren't enemies, not exactly. But they were never allies in the way normal people use the word. They were colleagues in the world's most cutthroat industry, occasionally shaking hands before reaching for the knife. Johnny Sack is best understood as the archetypal work friend, the one who seems charming, supportive, even loyal, until the promotion comes. Seasons 4 and 5 painted him as a sympathetic peer, but once power entered the room, the mask slipped. His insecurities poisoned his family, his paranoia poisoned his alliances, and his ambition poisoned any notion of friendship with Tony. If the show had ended earlier, perhaps viewers would remember him more fondly, but as the seasons marched on, he became the textbook case of how the mafia reduces friendship to a hollow slogan.
The world don't run on love.
In the end, none of these men had friends, only colleagues, rivals, and convenient allies. They shared drinks, schemes, and occasional sentimentality.
Bird you ever see? He's gone.
But when the stakes rose, the bullets always flew. As the show reminds us, over and over, in this world, friendship doesn't mean a whole lot. Tony ditched Johnny without warning. Don't ditch this channel. Subscribe.